What up, YouTube? It's your boy, That's So Greg, back at it again with another fragrance review. Now today I have a fragrance that has been in my collection since 2022. We're going to review it and I'm going to let you know whether it's a cop, shop, or drop. Now, without further ado, I want you guys to stop what you're doing. Stop. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, let the YouTube algorithm know that you're rocking with me, and let's take it to the top together so I can help you guys buy more for less. All right, without further ado, this fragrance is from the brand Haramain Amber and Haramain. This fragrance has comparisons to Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. This fragrance is affordable. The longevity, the price, the sillage is right, and it's a That's So Greg exclusive. We're going to talk about it. We're going to rate it today. And without further ado, that fragrance is Haramain Amber Oud Tobacco Edition. And I'm going to be comparing it to Amber's Tobacco Touch so that you guys can make an informed decision when you go to buy these fragrances. Now, first of all, in order for us to talk about this fragrance right here, which is going to be the main star of the show, we have to talk about the price, and then I'm going to give you guys similarities to the Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, and I'm going to give you guys similarities to the Tobacco Touch. Now, without further ado, the notes in this fragrance are going to be exactly similar to the Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. And those notes are basically going to be the tobacco leaf. It's going to have vanilla in the middle notes. It's going to have pretty much the cacao, you know, the whole rigmarole that the Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille has. Now, what makes this fragrance more unique than the Tobacco Vanille, in my opinion, and the Tobacco Touch is the fact that this fragrance has cinnamon in it. And the way that they did the cinnamon is nothing short of beautiful. Allow me to explain. Now, in the top notes of the tobacco fragrance that I'm talking about with this one right here, it has tobacco leaf, black pepper, and vanilla for the middle notes, right? Same thing as Tom Ford. But what they did was they took cinnamon and they put it in the top notes. But for my nose, the cinnamon is more like in the mid notes. But they put cinnamon, and the cinnamon is like a licorice type of cinnamon, which makes this fragrance more playful, more energetic, and more suited towards younger men. Now, with that being said, it has the dried fruits, it has the tobacco, it has the woodsy notes. Same thing that Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille has, but the cinnamon puts this over the top, guys. Now, the cinnamon, imagine going to the store and getting some red vines or getting cinnamon licorice and smelling like cinnamon licorice with tobacco in the notes. You have tobacco for the top notes and the base notes, but for my nose, I'm getting cinnamon and I'm getting vanilla, small bit of vanilla, but I'm getting cinnamon, I'm getting vanilla, and I'm getting tobacco. But this fragrance right here, guys, is so playful that this will garner you compliments, guys. I've gotten compliments from this fragrance from a few different women, and they all love this fragrance, love it. Now, let's go over the price, and then we're going to go over the projection, and then I'm going to give you guys pretty much my overall thoughts and takeaways from it. Now, right now, if you go on FragranceNet, you could go on FragranceNet and find this fragrance for less than $35. I think when I was on FragranceNet, I seen it for $31, $32, guys. And that is a steal. When this first came out, I think I paid maybe about 50 or 60 bucks for it. And honestly, I would say at that price point, I would pay 50 or 60 bucks for this. Just look at the juice. You know, the juice is very alluring. Very good juice, guys. So for 30, 32 bucks, that is a great deal. And a lot of fragrance influencers will put that in the cheapie category, which is good. You know, every fragrance can't cost $1 million. So for this to be in the cheapie category, that is good. Now, what we also need to talk about is the projection and the sillage of this fragrance, you know. So when I put this fragrance on, for me, I'm getting around 1 to 2 feet of projection with this, you know, but my skin is different. So when I moisturize my skin and I put it on the skin, because I have dry skin, I'll get about 1.5 feet. But if I put it on the clothes, I'm getting every bit of 2 feet. And this is going to leave you with a very nice scent bubble that will tap you on the shoulders throughout the night and let you know that it is still rocking with you. Now, with this fragrance, I never thought that it was cloying. I spray maybe about 5 to 10 sprays, and you know, I get maybe about 1 to 2 feet. You guys might be different. It depends on the type of skin that you have, but just know if you put it on the clothes, you will get every bit of 2 feet. Now let's talk about the longevity of this fragrance. The longevity of this fragrance right here is 8 to 10 hours, guys. That's right, 8 to 10 hours that you're gonna get out of this fragrance. For me, 8 if I put it on the skin. I'm getting every bit of 10 plus hours if I put it on the clothes. But the longevity, the performance is here for this fragrance right here. So don't worry about it being strong in the beginning and then it fading out. This will tap you on the shoulders the whole night. Now, I think that this fragrance is best for younger men because it is playful, but don't be discouraged if you are an older guy. You could definitely wear this fragrance and you will definitely get compliments from this fragrance. You know, there was a woman that I was dating back in the day and I had this on and she said, "Ooh, daddy, you smell like cinnamon." And I was like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? And she was like, oh, it's a good thing. So this fragrance right here is what you want, especially in the wintertime, especially if you're looking to garner compliments. And yes, if you want to know, I did crack that night. So this is definitely a panty dropper fragrance. It has a lot of positive reviews in the fragrance community. Get it today and you might just drop those panties off the woman that you've been looking for. But if I was to give this fragrance an overall performance score, I would say this would be a 9.5 out of 10. The price is right. The projection and sillage is there. You will get 1 to 2 feet out of this fragrance, which is pretty much all you need. The longevity is there, 8 to 10 hours out of this fragrance, which is what you want, especially for the price. You're not going to be able to beat that type of longevity out of a fragrance. I would definitely say that this is going to be a winter fragrance, guys. You know, you wouldn't want to wear it in the summertime because that hot air would make this cloying. In the wintertime, even if you were to overspray, it's never cloying because it's tame enough that if you overspray, it's not going to make your nose cloying or give you a headache or anything like that. But definitely winter wear. Summertime, no fly zone. But as always, guys, as I say, spray a couple sprays, see if it's what you want. If not, you could always go back and spray, see if, you know, you can get some strength out of it if you spray a little bit more. But you never want to go too heavy on fragrances like that because sometimes people can smell you, but they might not say anything. But for me, I don't think that this is cloying at all. Let me give you guys a couple sprays so you could test out the sprayer. All right, so we're gonna do it on the note paper and see All right, in 3, 2, 1, to salute. Very good sprayer. Bump cap is in order. But typical bump cap. Oh my God. Typical bump cap, but that spray. Oh my God. It's just soothing, relaxing. You know, when you smell this, it just puts your mind at ease. It's soothing, relaxing, and it has that sensual allure to it that a lot of you guys are looking for, especially if you're out at clubs, bars, or whatever. You will get a lot of women that will stop you and ask you what this is, for sure. Very good. Very, very, very nice, guys. So my final thoughts are this. If you didn't look at my last video, I did a review on the Tobacco Touch by Maison Alhambra, and I voted this fragrance to be very high as well. Now this fragrance right now on Fragrance Net is maybe about 18 bucks. You know, with the holidays, there's always going to be sales and stuff like that. So comparing this one to the one that I just reviewed, this one is going to be older gentlemen. This one is more tobacco and vanilla forward, especially tobacco. It's not harsh, but it definitely has like a more tobacco vanilla 1-2 punch combination. This fragrance right here is similar to this one, but this one is more nuanced with the cinnamon in it, and that's why I think that this fragrance right here is definitely going to be a must buy for the winter time as well. You know, with that playful cinnamon that they did to give it that licorice kind of sensual touch to it, it makes it a lot smoother than this one. And this one screams young man, this one screams older man. But I must say, even with this one, if you are a younger man, this one right here would definitely distinguish you from the crowd, because a lot of people are not expecting an older man to wear this. So it could work in your favor even as a younger man. If you are somewhere like a concert or something like that, a lot of people aren't going to be wearing this in your age range, you know. I'd say this one right here is like maybe 32 and up. Like I said in my last video, if you didn't check out my review in my last video about this, go check out that review with Maison Alhambra Tobacco Touch. Got a lot of good reviews, but you guys should definitely watch it and see what you think. This one right here, I would say this fragrance right here is like 22 and up. You know, it's playful, it's sensual. This fragrance right here communicates, I'm looking for a bad night and I'm taking her home. This is that Mr. Steal Your Girlfriend right here. You will get compliments. The women will love you. You will be the life of the party with this, especially if you got that drip on and you put this on that drip. This will get you compliments. This will get you laid, guys. That's what it is. Now, I will say this and I will end the video. For the price point of both of these, if it were me, I would get both of them, guys. You know, this one for under $20, this one for under $35. Both could be had for less than 50 bucks. And in this economy, around this time, that is unheard of. So I would definitely say get both, guys. If you're intrigued about them, get both. You know, that's what I say. You know, sometimes when I'm out and I don't really know which one I want, I always say to myself, when in doubt, get both. But with these reviews, you won't go wrong with either or. You know, I think if you are an older gentleman, you could definitely pull this off, especially if you have the right type of clothes on and you are in the right settings. This can work for you. So don't get discouraged if you're an older guy and you think that you can't wear this, because you could absolutely pull this off. It will garner compliments just like it would for a young man. But this is a Mr. Steal Your Girl exclusive right here. This is a That's So Greg exclusive right here. I give this I give this a 9.5 out of 10. It checks all the boxes. The price is right. The projection, the sillage, the longevity, the overall performance. You can't lose with this one. As you see, I put a nice dent in the bottle. I might get another bottle, but I'm definitely gonna have this in my lineup this winter season. Guys, let me know if I should do a video about my winter lineup fragrances that I will wear for the winter time. But anyways, without further ado, check them both out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let your boy know that you're rocking with him, and let's rise to the top together. So without further ado, I will check you on the next fragrance review. Like me, subscribe me, check me out on the next one. Peace.